Hello everyone. Today I'm going to cover the basics of double crochet. If you need to learn the basics of how to start, I'm going to link below in the description my first video where I cover the slip knot, the chain, and the single crochet. Okay, so I went ahead and I chained 14. I'm using the same yarn as I used in the last video. Excuse me. I'm using a slightly larger hook. I'm using a red hook so that hopefully you can see better the contrast of the yarn. And I'm going to be doing some yarn overs, and you'll need to see that because it differs from the single crochet. You do more yarn overs. I apologize for any background noise. There's people outside. I don't know what they're doing. Building the Taj Mahal or something. Gravel trucks everywhere. I don't know what they're doing. All right, anyways. So I've chained 14. All right, now I'm going to go into the second chain on the hook. There's one chain. You're not counting this one that your hook is on. This is the first chain. This is the second chain. So before you go into that, unlike the single crochet, you would just go into that. The double crochet, you yarn over first. And then you go into that second chain. So it looks like you have 3 loops on your hook right now. I'm sorry. Yarn over, pull it through, and now you do have 3. You yarn over, and you're going to pull it through 2 loops. The 2 loops, you're going to leave that one. That leaves you with 2. Yarn over again, pull it through those 2, and then you're back to where you started. So that is 1 double crochet. It's a taller stitch than the single. All right, so now you're going to be into, this is the chain you just worked in. It looks a little large because the stitch is in there. You're going to go to your next chain right here. Do your yarn over. Go into that chain. Yarn over. Pull it through. You've got 3 on there. Yarn over. Pull it through these 2. Yarn over again. And pull it through these 2. That is why it's called double, because you're pulling it through twice with 2 loops on your hook each time, hence the name double crochet. So now there is 2. All right, now the one you just went into, the hole is going to look a little bit large. That closes up as you go. That's where you just made your stitch. Now you're going to go into the next chain. Now if your chain's too tight, it's going to be hard to get them in there. You can see I did that kind of loose. Okay, so now we're going into this one. It's kind of hard to do on the first row. It's a little bit flimsy to hang on to. Yarn over. Put it through your chain, yarn over, you got the 3 loops on your hook, pull it through the first 2, leaves you with 2, yarn over, pull it through those 2. So you're always going to be left afterwards with the working chain, 1 chain on your hook. Okay, now we're going to go into this one. Yarn over, through the chain, pull it through 2. That second loop might try to get away from you there, which it is for me. I'm going to start over because I did that too loose. I'm not a professional. All right. Yarn over. Sorry, my throat. I need something to drink. Yarn over again. Yarn over. Pull it through. Yarn over. Pull it through. Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets. I'm going to speed up just a tad to get to the end. It starts to curl up a little bit. Don't worry about that. It will flatten out as you go. If you're a very tight crocheter, that will curl a lot more. It all depends on your tension. Some people crochet very tightly and others a little bit loose. I'm kind of in the middle. I probably should have turned more lights on because it's a little bit gray out today. Got a window right in front of me. Okay, so now I'm near the end here. There are 2 loops left. And the last one. All right, so there you go. So that's 13 double crochets. I had chained 14, I think. Okay, so that's how the end is going to look. You will see a slight hole between the stitches. All right, so now you turn it. Now for the double crochet, you want this to grow taller. You don't want it to veer off to the side either side. So you're going to chain 2 before you do any yarn overs or anything. Chain 1, chain 2. See, that's building the side up. So you chain 2, and some people go into this first stitch. Some people go into the second. I prefer to go into the first because then it doesn't leave a gap there on your edge. It's a matter of preference. I just go into the first one. Now this is your chain. Don't go into your chain. There's that sideways V right there. That's your first one that you go into. So you got the chain 2, do a yarn over, go through that first stitch, both of those bars on that V, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over, pull it through 2, and then on to the next. You're going to put through these 2 bars right here, yarn over, push it through, yarn over, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over, pull it through 2. Okay, you can see that's starting to grow. It gets a little easier because you got something to hold on to now right here. All right, I'm going to stop for just a second. So on the way back, after we get to the end and turn, on the way back, you're going to want to know where to stop, where your last stitch is when you're on your way back here. So I'm going to use a stitch marker, and I'm going to put it into the top of my first double crochet right here. All right, because on the way back, that's where you're going to put, I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong one. Where that chain 2 is right here. All right. You may not need that, but as a beginner, you if you don't know where to start and stop, you can mark your stitches. I really wish I could have my window open, but like I said, I don't know if they're pouring a driveway or what. Okay, now that's the last stitch right here. It's kind of laying on its side, but don't forget that one, all right? You can see the V right there. So if you can learn the single crochet and the double crochet, that is the very basic stitches. If you can only learn those two stitches, you can easily make a blanket, a scarf, just a matter of, you know, learning how to do the turns so that your work's even, and knowing where to put those first and last stitches. Okay, so that's the end. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it. I'm also using a yarn bowl today, so this doesn't get away from me. You can get the yarn bowl. The cheapest place I've seen is, I think I got this one at Joann's or Michael's, and I used a coupon. All right, so now we're back over here on the other side. Turned it. Don't forget to do that chain 2, because that's what's giving you the height. This was a chain 2 right here. So chain 2, because you're doing double crochet. Yarn over. Go into your first stitch. Yarn over. Pull it through. Yarn over. Pull it through 2. Yarn over. Pull it through 2. And continue to your next one. All right, you can see that's growing. It's getting taller. All right, so I jumped ahead just a little bit here. I'm at the end of that row where I placed that stitch marker. So this looks like the last stitch right there, but in fact, you're going to put one right where that stitch marker is too. All right, that's where the stitch marker is. So if you were to stop right there, you're going to be missing a stitch. If you were to stop right here. So go ahead and do that one. Okay. You can always count your stitches too. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. put that stitch marker at the end. Turn it. Chain 2. Yarn over into the first stitch. Yarn over. Pull through 2. Yarn over. Pull through 2. Okay, I went ahead and did 6 rows of double crochet. All right, and then I'm going to end it right here. You're going to want to leave a tail, like an inch or two. And then all you really do is just knot this. All right, so that's your end tail, that's your beginning tail. So now I'm going to show you how to weave those in. You don't just cut them close, because if this was a scarf or a blanket and then you go to wash this, that could unravel. So just get it like a tight knot there. And then you're going to use a yarn needle. These are plastic or metal. You can see the eye of it is pretty wide. I'm going to show you how to weave the end in. So you just take that and you just start to go into the stitches. And you can go straight like that. You can veer downwards. Go over here. Okay, the point is you're just weaving that in. Go ahead and do an extra one. Backtrack a little bit. All right, now you can cut that. All right, so I did make a slight mistake right here. I think I increased and went over a little too far, but that's all right. Your edges, it's common for your edges to be a little bumpy like that. That's just from turning. If this was a project, at the end of it, you would go along the edges with a single crochet border, and that would straighten it right out. So that's the double crochet. And this is from the first video when I did the single crochet. I did 6 rows of this also. I had chained 10 and I did 6 rows of single crochet. I didn't weave in these ends. But here is the difference between the single and the double. Put them over here. Single, you can see it's more dense, close together, and then the double is a little bit more open. And you can see the difference of 6 rows, how much taller this is. I chained 14 here, 10 here, but I'm looking at the height. So this is a taller stitch. So that's it. Single, double. Maybe I'll do another video with the triple and the half double crochet. I like to do, my favorites are double crochet and half double crochet, which is pretty easy as well. It's all just a matter of how many times you yarn over and pull through what's on your hook. It's pretty basic. So another thing I wanted to show real quick is hook sets. If you are looking for a beginner hook set, a set typically has everything you need to start. Now I got mine on Amazon. This one is a set that came in a pouch. The pouch is a little dirty. I've been dragging this one around with me sometimes. Let me back this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. So this is a complete set of all different sizes. And then it came with a yarn needle and couple yarn needles and some stitch markers. It also came with some folding scissors, which I don't have in here right now. But these are ergonomic hooks. This part right here is like painted on. That may wear off. I've seen in the reviews people complain about that with this set. But this set was only like, I think it was 14 bucks. And it basically has everything you need in there. But if you're worried about the size is wearing off, you might want to make a list. See, that one's starting to come off. You might want to make a list of the color and the size to keep in the bag. Alright. But it's a pretty good set to have on hand. And then this one was, I think, $15. And this one has everything you need. It has a measuring tape, the folding snips or scissors. It had yarn needles, stitch markers, and I think I like this one better. It's got more sizes. It's got more of the bigger sizes that some sets don't commonly add. They will stop with like this size or this size. I'm sorry, wait. They'll stop at this size right here, which is a K. But if you're using a thick, chunky yarn, it comes with these really larger ones too, for working with that bigger yarn. So this was a pretty good value because you get every size and the case. Or you could just buy hooks individually, the sizes that you want or need. Every time you go to the store, just grab one. Once you find a favorite size, grab a few of them because you will lose some. And then, if you're buying them separate, just the sizes you need, just get yourself a bag. This one's pretty cool. I've got a set in here. So you can get a cute little bag to put stuff in. There's this bag. So that's it. I'm going to link these sets below. I can't remember where I got these bags. I'll link the sets below, and I'll put a link to my first video for the chain stitch and the single crochet. Alright, so hopefully I can get back to later today or some other day and make another one covering the triple crochet and the half double crochet. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.